No, earlier we cooked the ulo that's green. Now, if you look at this breadfruit, it's a little bit on the softer side. This has been sitting around for a couple of days. So I want to just show you the difference. So we're going to just cut through this. And you see this is really brown and really ripe. Now let's open it up. Now this is a variety that came from my tree over here. Look at the seeds. See, this one has seeds inside. But you can see it's very soft and squishy. This would be really, really sweet, this taro. I mean, this breadfruit we call ulo. Okay, just letting you know. And again, look at the outside. It's nice and brown. You see all that white latex coming out. And then this is sitting on, so that's why it's a lot softer. This will be a lot sweeter taro than the breadfruit that we had earlier. Okay? So hope you enjoy the breadfruit. Okay. Now earlier we picked some papayas. I want to show you how to save your seed from the papayas. This is the part that's close to the stem, okay? And the other side. What we do is the third bottom half. This is what they call the mahu, the hermaphrodite. So so what we do is we cut the papaya in half. We take from the last bottom away from the stem. This part will be the same as this reed. Now the middle part of this papaya right here will end up being what we call round papaya. It's a female, and the top of the papaya, the seed that you grab, will become all what we call male or just pollen. So I'll show you real quick. Okay, we took a papaya, we sliced it. Now this is the one called the Kapoho Sunrise. Look how beautiful that papaya is, okay? So what we're gonna do is take all the seeds for the lower half, remember? Here's the stem. The lower half will be the hermaphrodite, that's what we want. So we're gonna take all of that papaya seeds and we're gonna save it over here. You got it down here? Here. Okay, that's the seeds we're gonna save. Now, a lot of people think you have to dry the seeds, but I like to plant it right away because anytime I leave it around, the ants will get it, the dogs will eat it, the birds will eat it, so you can plant it right away. Now the other rest of the seeds that are over here, I'm actually gonna feed to our animals. So let me get I have a thing over here with all the leftover stuff that we feed to the animals. So look how beautiful this papaya is. This is again, Kapoho Sunrise. Okay? And what I like to do before I eat it is that this is a calamansi. This is one of our limes. We have about 45 varieties of citrus on our farm. This is a calamansi lime. I'm just going to slice it in half. And we just squeeze it. Just squeeze it right on top of your papaya, right there. And then, I don't like to waste this. I'll actually eat this. That's some vitamin C. And this we can refrigerate and eat later. Now earlier we picked the guavas. What I do with the guavas is actually I cut off this. There's a little part, that's actually the bottom of the guava. And then I'll cut them into little quarters like this. And the green of the guavas, this is for making guava jam. You can make guava juice, guava jam, whatever. So I'm just cutting them, put them back in the bowl. And we're gonna actually add the guava jam, the guavas, and we're gonna make some lilikoi. So then what I do is when I put this in a pot, I add baking soda, that's it, to keep this nice red, fresh, pink and red color, okay? We add a little bit of water, baking soda, and then we're gonna end up with this. Okay, and the greener the guava is, the better, because then it'll have a lot of pectin, easier for it to gel. Okay, we're gonna jump over to the lilikoi right now. We're back again. We're gonna make, this is lilikoi now. It looks a little bit shivered up. When you buy them in the store, they're all nice. The nice ones are not the sweetest. The ones you want is the ones that are wrinkled, because that means that the thing is shriveled up, it's got in it, and what you're doing is you're getting all the sweet. You're gonna sweet it. So what you do is you take the lilikoi, you cut them in half, we spoon them out. Now this is the lilikoi that Margot was taking out. Now this one right here is a little bit what we call sovereign. So we're just gonna take the good part, and the other part we're gonna actually feed to the animals. Hold on. Let me get another bag over here. Now all of the skins, the peelings like that, we feed to the animals. Let's see like this one right here too. Now this is a purple variety. You see a nice, sweet, succulent lilikoi right here. Now I have on this real purple, but this one somehow crossed. When I first got here, I went up the mountains, I picked about 6,000 pounds of lilikoi. I took the seeds And I went around, planted a couple hundred acres all around me, just in the wild. So this is really sustainable. And now we get the homeless people go pick lilikoi for me. We pay them $1 a pound, and we pick between 1,500 and 2,500 pounds a week. And then I sell it for $1 a quarter, sometimes $2 a pound. So I make a little money, the homeless make money. So this is a hybrid between the yellow and now here's some yellow ones. You can see the difference, the yellow and the purple. Okay. And then what we're going to do is we're going to strain all of this so we get the seeds separate. Okay, now what we're going to do is pour this all through the strainer here. So all we want is the juice that goes to the bottom. That's what we're going to use for guava jam. We can also make the juice. Look at that nice, beautiful juice from the lilikoi. Okay, I'm gonna put this on the side. I'm just gonna go take this back over here and go see what else we can get out of there. You should set this to like a bullet, and you want to grind it just enough so it loosens the pulp for the seeds, so you can get the juice out of there. Okay. So I'm just going to let this sit, and we'll keep on stirring it and stirring it. But this is the stuff that we're going to use in our guava jam. So what we do is we're actually straining out the water. Actually the juice, the liquid, because we want the pulp part to be part of the juice. Okay, here we go. Now this is called a ricer for potatoes, and this is a ricer. So what you do is squeezing it through. Okay. So you get in all the seeds don't go through, the pulp goes through. So you can see it on the bottom here. Okay, then now what we're gonna do with this? Now this is the juice. I just add sugar to this, some lilikoi, and also what I do is actually I freeze the cubes of lilikoi, and that way you could just go by the cubes. So this is the juice, yeah? But it's just guava, like guava syrup. And you only need half of this. Like it's a concentrate. Then we're gonna take a little bit of the the lilikoi. Maybe usually I go by cubes, so I don't know how many cubes this is. Okay, let's put this back. And then we're gonna cut some limes. And I'll stick some calamansi lime. Squeeze that in there. Okay, I usually add half a cup of sugar per half gallon. So it's about half of this. Now what we're doing is we're making guava juice right now. Okay. Okay, that's about good. I'm going to add some calamansi lime. Then now this what makes my guava jam different than everybody else. Nobody uses calamansi limes in their guava juice or the guava jams. Okay, so here we go. Again, 1/4 of the guava puree, half a cup of sugar. This is for a half gallon now. Half a cup of sugar, and maybe about 2 cubes of a cup of limes, and you add water again. And it's going to be our guava juice. Now usually I get up every morning at 3 o'clock in the morning and do all of these different things, but today we're going into the afternoon, and we're moving pretty fast. And if you didn't get everything right now, you can actually taste you can double back on the film. So That's what you can do in U-Fuse. Here's a toast to the cameraman. Here we go, Patrick. Let it stay. See how it goes. Nectar from the land. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna go to the rest of this pot. This just takes the most time. I tried all kinds of machines and stuff like that. It just doesn't do it if you can do it by hand. So we make about 100 bottles a week, sometimes 500. And this is how I do it, all by hand. So you get kind of like the aloha going inside of there, you know? And what you wanted to do is you just want to end up with the seeds, no pulp. All the pulp seeds coming out on the bottom. You see how thick that is? I'm going to use my left hand because my right shoulder is all screwed up. Broken rotator cuff. You know, we're moving really fast on all of our videos over here. So if you didn't catch what I'm talking about and I'm talking too fast, be sure to just go back and look again so you can catch all the things that we're trying to teach and share with you. Mahalo. Okay, now we just squeezed out. We got all the pulp. Now we're gonna add a pulp into this big pot here. There's no seeds. And all of the seeds, believe it or not, we're gonna feed back to our animals. We never waste anything on the farm. Okay? And then from there, we're gonna set this to heat. Then we're gonna add some organic sugar. We're gonna add some remember we also made the lilikoi, so we're gonna add lilikoi cubes to this, and we're also going to add calamansi limes and oranges to this too. Maybe some red caracara orange too, to give it a different flavor. And then we're gonna add some pectin. We're gonna make some guava jam coming up soon. Now what we're gonna do is mix some lilikoi puree and add it to our guava jam. Okay, so this is we have several varieties. This morning I picked like 100 pounds of lilikoi. See, we take it like this, then we spoon it into a strainer. This is a red variety. And this is look at how beautiful this lilikoi is. This is a yellow variety. Now, we're also seed savers. So after we get out the seeds and the juice, we're actually going to save these seeds and replant them. We're probably going to plant. We can plant probably about 5,000 acres of lilikoi with all of the seeds we're going to gather today. But and what I did around my neighborhood when I got it over here is I picked about 6,000 pounds of lilikoi. Then I gathered the seeds and I actually planted maybe 200 to 500 acres of lilikoi, all in the wild. So now I just harvest it. Okay. So what we do, real quick, we use a strainer and get all the things to come down to the bottom like this. Okay, strain out all the seeds. Okay, we're making a shortcut right here. Okay. Then we take all the puree that has been from the lilikoi, then we pour them into an ice cube trays to make ice cubes. And we freeze them. And this one ice cube is about 1 ounce. Just some black. The seeds are actually good too. It has a lot of antioxidants in, so you can leave the seeds in. Yeah, this is the part we were supposed to do yesterday, but. And again, if you miss anything on the film, just go back and look. Okay, then we put this into the freezer. And out from the freezer came the ice cubes. Now, what we're gonna do, for this batch right here, I'm gonna use about 6 ice cubes. It's about 6 ounces. The lilikoi. This is the lilikoi. This is just pure lilikoi. Now we're gonna make this guava jam, but it's going to also have lilikoi inside of it. Okay. So we're gonna put this back in the freezer. Okay, what we're doing now, we just added in the lilikoi. We're turning up the fire higher and then going to come down the line. Then what we do, we're going to add some calamansi limes. These are calamansi limes. And usually I do the same thing and I freeze them ahead of time. The reason we freeze them, so you know, when it's time to use, you don't have to go through all of this trouble I'm going through right now. You just got to bust it to use. So I'm going to use about, and this right here, I probably have about, oh, this is like about 1.5 gallons of guava puree. And I usually make 5 gallons at a time. So I'm just cutting all of this calamansi limes. And then we're going to squeeze it. And the same thing, you can squeeze it into a container and put it in ice trays. But for right now, just for the filming purposes, I'm just going to squeeze it into this little bowl right here. Okay. Now, I don't waste anything. All this stuff right here, we're going to actually feed it to goats and sheep and horses. And even the lilikoi seeds, we're going to take this and plant it. We're going to plant thousands and thousands of seedlings. We only need about 2 or 3 in a pot. Okay, we're squeezing it. Okay, so we're going to pour in the calamansi lime right now. Turn on the fire high. Okay, just letting you know, on our farm we have 45 varieties of fruits and vegetables, and we use what we have. Now the calamansi lime is actually a Filipino variety, and you know, we have 45 varieties of citrus. Some people, you can use any kind of lime, whatever you have. Now we got some Caro oranges right here too. I'm going to add that in because it'll give it, and sometimes I add tangerine, whatever's in season. So that's what we add. Okay, so this is a beautiful Caro oranges. Oh, and here's the leftover from the calamansi. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to throw them together. I don't care, you know, help squeeze some of that juice too. And actually, you know, for me, I like to kind of eat this all the stuff that no waste, you know. But this will give to our animals. Okay. Put some more. So this will give it another flavor. So that's what makes our guava jam unique. Because we just use what's on. Guava is the consistent, but as far as the other citrus fruit, we just use what the heck that's in season. So if you get lots of tangerines, we use tangerine. If you got calamansi lime, and Caro orange, what do you use? Oh no. Okay, look in here. It's time to get what you call a rolling boil. You see that? Boil. Now we want to add the juice, but not the seeds. You don't want to eat some seeds in your guava jam, you know, so we take out the seeds. Pour that in. I'm going to stir it up. Feels like it's starting to. Now that's the key. When you're making guava jam, when you hit the rolling boil, then it's time to add in the sugar and also the pectin. Now I use the more greener the guava is, the more pectin you have, the less pectin you have to use. You know, unfortunately, even if we live in Hawaii, you know, CNH sugar is actually sprayed with GMO chemicals. So we cannot use, you know, all the stuff we grow on our farm is pretty much organic. So the only organic sugar I could find, I got from Down to Earth, and this is all the way from Florida, organic raw cane sugar, okay? The stuff that we get over here that comes from California, Hawaii, CNH, always sprayed with Roundup and GMO stuff, so we don't use that in our products here on the farm. So this is why I had to get organic sugar cane all the way from Florida. Now in the future, I'm going to be raising my own sugar cane, and I'm going to be making my own cane sugar as well. Thank you. We got all this, cook it up really good. We got the calamansi lime, we got everything in there. Now this is the part. Now the mixture that I mix is 1-to-1. So I add 1 part sugar to one part of puree. Oops. I know it's going to seem like a lot. Let me just stir this in first. And I go mostly by feel. And if you use less sugar, sometimes it won't gel. Just letting you know. That's why I try to use the most greenest guava I can have, because the green guava has a lot of pectin in it. And you don't have to add as much sugar. But just looking at this, I need to use all of this sugar so that it's 1-to-1. So I'm basically adding like in here I have about 43 to 46 cups of puree, and 43 to 46 cups of sugar. Now you can make adjustments. You don't have to cook as much as I do, but you know, we're making like 100 gallons a week, and I do it all in small batches like this. You know, I don't do it in big batches because it's harder to control, harder to fire up, and then you get a lot of burning on the bottom if you make big batches. So I just make small batches like this. I gotta go in high heat now, so I gotta keep on stirring it. And then I'm gonna turn it down just a little till it comes to a rolling boil. We're about 10 minutes away. So the other thing I like to do is clean up before as we go along. So that's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna clean up all this other stuff that we're not using, and we'll be right back, okay? Okay, what we wanna do is, look, you see how it's starting to rolling boil? When it's all boiling on the outside, then we know we're getting close. That's when you add in the pectin, okay? So it's starting to boil, we're getting the rolling boil. And I gotta take my friend Dieter for sure. Now there's all kinds of pectin. The one I like to use is this pink one called Sure Gel. It's the one that's gels up really good. So I usually, you know, it's like for a quart. So I think I got maybe a gallon and a half. So I'm gonna use about 5 of these. Maybe I should go get 6. I'm gonna get one more 6. But it's starting to rolling boil. I see it right now. It's perfect. This is what we want to do. Now, believe it or not, all of these boxes I will actually recycle into my garden and we use it because what is it made out of? It's made out of wood and paper. So we put this in the garden to help keep the weeds and control moisture. Now these guys are made out of plastic, so we're not going to. So I'm going to start throwing this in. Oops. This is the pectin. Again, I only like the Sure Gel. That's the pink one. There's the yellow one too, but it doesn't gel as good as this one. And then this one, you can use less sugar as well. Okay, here we go. That's the first one. Oops. 3. I'm just going to add them all in one time. 4. And this pectin is actually made out of a lime, so we give it a little bit more lime taste. The last one. And we got to stir it in really good. And we get our bottles ready. Okay, Nancy, can you help us with the bottles? Can you open them up for us? Over here, please, Nancy. I know it looks like kind of. Just stir it up. We're all over here limping around. Unless you got bad knees, I got a bad shoulder and bad neck from farming, but we're getting help. We go to see the chiropractor. I see my friend Sarah Williams, who's giving me this Hawaiian blessing and Civico Neuro. I forget the word I had. I don't know what I'm saying, but it's like a heating method that she learned from her Kufunas. Okay, we good. Getting it going real good. It's mixing all that pectin. I had the wrong spoon actually. I needed a surrogated spoon, but that's okay. It's nice and smooth. Let's just taste it a little bit. Oh, perfect. And we want to thank Elliot Presswich and also Jen Caterino for helping us make our labels on our guava jam. Okay, we close. Okay, that's it. Okay, again, we're waiting for the rolling boil. If you look inside, all the sides is going. Now we're going to turn on the heat. Okay, we don't need that rolling boil. Okay, we're going to start from over here. Okay, Nancy, you want to cap those? Okay, you can take those other two. Again, don't let anything get inside of the bottles itself. And usually the bottles come sterile already, so don't open them up until you're going to use them right then and there. And I leave about a 1/4 inch because it needs that breathing space to kind of pop and to expand. And when it actually cools, it's going to what's the opposite of expand? Contract. And when it contracts, then that'll have the seal. And when you're at a boiling boil, that means that we're at 240 degrees Fahrenheit, which means that this thing is really you're burning out all the pathogens, anything that can give it. We're sterilizing the whole thing, and you don't have to use wax or nothing like that. This is the method actually I learned from my great grandmother, and I forgot a lot of it. And my friend Dieter, what's Dieter's last name, Nancy? Waltz. It was the guy who reminded me. And the key is that like I said, that rolling boil. And we gotta go to reach the end, because if we let this thing just sit, this whole thing will gel into one big jelly. So we cannot stop. You just gotta keep on going. Again, if you missed any part of this video, you just can go back and look at it on our, just replay it over and over until you learn how to do it. I think you're gonna need a total of at least 4 cases here, Nancy. So how many do we have so far? Just bring them close by and don't open them all. I mean, don't take off the covers until we get close to the bottom. Okay, what we're doing is we're putting the caps on, and then we'll add the labels when it's cool. Yeah. So this is the guava jam. Again, you leave about a 1/4 inch on the top because it needs that room. Also, it actually explodes. You don't want to fill it to the top. Okay, and here's one of the label. That's on there. So Uncle Kahumoku Family Farms Guava Jam, you can order it online, kahumoku.com or slackyshow.com. Thank you so much. Okay, that concludes our show here on making guava jam. While the dogs are getting excited because they know we're going to go down to the beach. Aloha.